You were born soft. Every man was. You entered this world crying for warmth, for comfort, for safety. And since that moment, you've been chasing that same feeling. You wanted the world to protect you, to guide you, to make things fair. But the truth is, the world doesn't care about your comfort. It only respects strength. Inside you, there's still that boy, the one who hides when things get hard, the one who says, maybe tomorrow, the one who wants the reward but not the pain. And that boy is the reason you're still stuck. You hear his voice every morning, when the alarm rings, when the workout feels heavy, when life gets hard. He whispers, you deserve rest. You've done enough. But that's not rest that's rot. That's weakness pretending to be peace. So today, this is not just another motivational speech. This is war. A war between who you are and who you're meant to become. Kill the boy. Let the man be born. The two versions of every man. Every man walking this earth carries two versions of himself. The boy, soft, comfortable, afraid of failure. And the man focused, disciplined, unbreakable. But here's the truth most never face. They grow older, but they don't grow up. They collect years, not wisdom. Their bodies change, but their minds stay the same, still begging for comfort, still waiting to be rescued. You can see it everywhere. Men scrolling their lives away. Men with dreams they never chase. Men who wake up every day and promise, tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow never comes. They call it being realistic. They call it taking it easy. But deep down they know it's fear. Fear of trying and failing. Fear of being judged. Fear of facing the mirror and seeing wasted potential staring back. And that fear has a voice. You hear it every morning. The whisper that says, sleep 5 more minutes. The one that says, you can start next week. That's the boy. He's loud. He's comfortable. And he's killing you slowly. Because every time you listen, a piece of the man inside you dies. The world doesn't reward softness. It rewards those who endure. It respects those who build when no one believes. Every man you admire, every legend you quote, was once a scared boy too. But somewhere along the line, he stopped running from the mirror. He looked himself in the eye and said, enough. That's when transformation begins. Not when life gets easy, but when you finally stop hiding behind excuses. 1. The boy loves comfort. Comfort feels safe. It feels warm, easy, familiar. Soft beds, warm screens, cheap entertainment. And that's why it's dangerous. Comfort doesn't tell you you're dying inside. It numbs you just enough so you stop noticing. Look at a normal day. Alarm rings, you hit snooze. You tell yourself, 5 more minutes. But it's not 5 minutes. It's a pattern. It's the same voice that will whisper at the gym, skip today. The same voice that will whisper at night, 1 more scroll, 1 more episode. The boy calls it peace. But it's not peace, it's decay disguised as calm. It's comfort dressed as kindness. He says, you deserve rest. But rest without effort isn't recovery. It's rot. Every hour spent in meaningless comfort is an hour stolen from your potential. The boy doesn't see it. He's too distracted. He lives for micro pleasures, tiny hits of dopamine that make him feel alive, while his purpose dies quietly underneath. He hides behind phrases like mental health, self-care, and balance. Not because those things don't matter, but because they're easier than self-discipline. The boy avoids discomfort the way a moth avoids darkness. He stays near light, the kind that flickers from a phone screen because silence scares him. He'd rather feel entertained than empowered. And that's the trap. Comfort never screams. It whispers. It convinces you that you're okay while it quietly drains your edge. The man, however, understands something the boy never will. That growth doesn't come from peace. It comes from friction. The man uses discomfort as fuel. He sits in the cold. He faces the silence. He welcomes the grind. Because he knows comfort will never build him. Discomfort will. 2. The boy fears pain. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your instructor. But the boy doesn't believe that. He treats pain like poison, something to escape. The moment things get hard, he flinches. He says, "It's unfair." He says, "I can't handle this." But pain is the only truth the world gives equally to everyone. You can't escape it. You can only decide what it will mean. The boy sees pain as a signal to stop. The man sees it as a signal to start paying attention. Because pain is information. It tells you where you're weak. It shows you what still needs to be built. Every rep that burns, every heartbreak, every failure, it's feedback. It's the world shaping you through fire. But most people never stay long enough in the fire to transform. They jump out too soon. They choose relief instead of resilience. That's why the boy keeps losing. He mistakes temporary relief for progress. He thinks if he avoids the burn, he's winning, but he's just pausing the lesson. Think about every great man you know, fighters, artists, builders, soldiers. Each of them carries scars. Each of them has bled for something bigger than comfort. That's what separates them from the masses. Not luck, not genetics, endurance. The boy keeps asking, "Why me?" The man answers, "Try me." That single shift rewires everything. It's the turning point. Pain becomes a test, not a punishment. And once you pass it, you realize something powerful. The pain never leaves, you just get stronger carrying it. You stop asking life to be easier. You start asking yourself to be tougher. Because growth should hurt. Change should sting. Every stretch, every lonely night, every quiet failure is proof that you're evolving. The boy calls that suffering. The man calls it becoming. The boy breaks promises. There's a kind of pain that doesn't come from failure. It comes from betrayal, the kind you commit against yourself. Every time you say you'll wake up early, and don't. Every time you say you'll quit that habit, but don't. Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," and you don't. Something inside you breaks. Not loudly, quietly. It's not an explosion. It's erosion. That's how men die before they're buried. You think no one notices, but your soul does. You start walking slower, talking softer, looking down more often, because deep down you don't trust yourself anymore. You've lied too many times. The boy does this a lot. He promises change, but he doesn't mean it. He's addicted to the feeling of making a promise, not the process of keeping it. He gets high on motivation, but allergic to follow through. And that's how he stays stuck. He confuses emotion for evolution. He listens to motivational speeches, feels something powerful, but the next morning, he's right back where he started. Because emotion fades, discipline stays. That's what separates the man from the boy. The boy talks. The man executes. You can't build self-respect with broken promises. You build it through consistency, the kind nobody claps for, nobody sees, nobody posts about. Every day you keep your word, you forge armor around your mind. Every day you break it, that armor cracks, until one day there's nothing left. Just a man-shaped shell filled with excuses. You see it everywhere. Guys talking about what they could have been. Guys blaming luck, timing, family, system, anything but themselves. But if you peel back the excuses, it's always the same wound. They stop trusting their own word. That's the real death of potential. Because once you lose trust in yourself, you stop trying. You stop believing that you can change. And when belief dies, progress follows. The boy seeks approval. The boy lives for applause, for validation, for the illusion of being seen. He needs others to confirm his worth through likes, compliments, and attention. He confuses recognition for respect. He wants to look powerful instead of becoming powerful. That's why he shows off every small win. That's why he can't stay quiet while he's building. He needs to prove something, not to the world, but to the emptiness inside him. The man is different. The man doesn't seek approval. He seeks progress. He doesn't care who's watching, because he's already seen the darkness no one else could handle. He's already had nights where even God stayed silent. The man learned something there. That validation is a drug. And the moment you need it, you're weak. The boy wants recognition for his potential. The man demands respect for his results. The boy wants to be understood. The man accepts being misunderstood. The boy hides in noise. The man thrives in silence. You know you're transforming when silence stops scaring you. When you no longer need to post your pain. When you no longer explain your discipline. When you no longer need to prove that you're working because you are. The man doesn't flex his grind. He becomes the grind. He doesn't seek attention. He attracts it through energy, through presence, through consistency. But here's the paradox. You can't become that man until the boy dies. And killing him isn't easy. Because the boy lives in your mind, he knows your triggers, your weaknesses, your comfort zones. He knows exactly how to pull you back. He'll whisper, "You've done enough today. You deserve a break. What if people laugh? What if it's all for nothing?" And if you listen even once, he grows stronger. Every time you hesitate, he breathes again. Every time you procrastinate, he takes control. Every time you compare yourself to someone else, he feeds on your insecurity. The boy doesn't want you to fail. He wants you to stay average, to stay safe, to stay unseen. But that's not what you were built for. You were built for the fire. You were built to bleed for something that matters. You were built to carry weight the world can't understand. The man knows that. The boy denies it. And until you decide which one will run your life, you'll stay stuck in the middle. Half warrior, half coward. That's the most painful place to live. Not because you're weak, but because you know what you could be, and you still refuse to become it. The man is born in the silence. There comes a moment in every man's life, the breaking point. The noise fades. The fake friends disappear. The fake motivation dries up, and you're left alone, staring at your reflection. That's when you meet the truth. It doesn't shout. It whispers. This is who you really are. All the pretending ends there. All the lies collapse. All the masks fall. And what remains is either the man or the boy. That's the moment of death and rebirth. When you finally admit, no one's coming to save me. No one's going to push me. It's all on me now. It's terrifying. But it's also freedom. Because the day you stop expecting help is the day you start helping yourself. That's where the man is born. Not in comfort, but in chaos. Not in success, but in struggle. Not when people cheer for you, but when they forget you exist and you still keep going. That's how legends are forged. Not in applause, but in silence. So now that you've seen the boy for what he is, it's time to kill him. Not with hate, but with discipline. Not with rage, but with consistency. Because killing the boy doesn't mean destroying your softness. It means mastering it. It means controlling it before it controls you. Every man has a darkness, the one he's afraid to face. That darkness isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. It's the mirror that shows you everything weak inside you. And only by walking into that darkness can you learn to carry the weight of your potential. So how does the man rise? 1, he chooses pain over pleasure. The man doesn't chase comfort, he chases control. He knows that pleasure is easy, but purpose is earned. So when his mind says rest, he moves. When his body says quit, he goes one more rep. Because he understands, discipline is not about feeling strong. It's about acting strong when you feel weak. Pain is not a punishment. It's a process. Every rep, every lonely night, every silent grind is the boy dying and the man taking his place. You don't become powerful by avoiding pain. You become powerful by choosing it willingly and using it as fuel. So the next time life hurts, don't run. Don't complain. Don't beg for it to stop. Look it in the eye and whisper, "Thank you." Because that pain means you're finally alive. 2, he keeps his word. The man's strength isn't in his muscles. It's in his promises. Every time he says he'll do something, and he does, he builds trust with himself. Brick by brick. You want power? Then stop lying to yourself. Stop saying tomorrow. Stop saying when I'm ready. Say it once. Mean it. And execute even when nobody cares. That's how you build self-respect. And self-respect is what the boy never had. When you start keeping your word, your voice changes. Your walk changes. Your presence changes. Because the world can feel a man who has control over himself. 3, he embraces solitude. The boy fears being alone. He needs noise music, screens, validation, because silence reminds him of everything he's avoiding. But the man, he seeks silence, because silence is the forge. It's where focus sharpens and it's where peace becomes power. You'll notice this. When you stop chasing distraction, your demons will scream louder. Let them. That's the sound of weakness leaving your body. In silence, the boy suffocates, but the man breathes. 4, he masters his dopamine. The boy lives for quick hits, shortcuts, likes, pleasure on demand. But the man knows dopamine is not his master. It's his weapon. He rewires it. He learns to crave progress, not pleasure. The man trains his mind to feel reward in the grind itself, not just in the results. Because real kings are built in repetition, in doing the boring, painful, unseen work over and over again until excellence becomes instinct. If you can control your dopamine, you can control your destiny. 5, he builds ruthless discipline. Discipline isn't about waking up at 5 a.m. It's about waking up when you said you would. It's not about doing more. It's about not breaking your own system. The man treats discipline like a religion. Every small act, making the bed, finishing the set, staying focused, is a prayer. And through that daily worship, he becomes unshakable. He doesn't wait for motivation. He moves first and lets motivation follow. That's the difference. Boys wait to feel ready. Men act and become ready. 6. He chooses purpose over peace. Peace is not the goal. Purpose is. Because peace without purpose is just decay. The man understands that his mission is not to feel happy. It's to build meaning, to carve strength out of chaos, to protect, to provide, to lead. He doesn't seek a peaceful life. He seeks the strength to face a chaotic one. That's what separates men from everyone else. Not emotionless coldness, but emotional control. Power wrapped in calmness. Still water that hides deep fire. 7. He learns to carry the weight. Every man will reach a point where life becomes heavier than he expected, where nothing makes sense, and quitting feels easier than trying. That's the test. That's where the boy finally dies. Because the man doesn't pray for lighter burdens. He prays for stronger shoulders. He stops asking for easy days. He learns to carry the weight anyway. And when he does, something changes. The world starts to respect him, not because he's perfect, but because he's proven. 8. He creates his code. A man without a code is a leaf in the wind, blown by emotion, lost in confusion. But the man builds rules, principles that guide him when the world tempts him to fall. No excuses, no shortcuts, no compromise on what matters. That's the moment he becomes dangerous, not because he's violent, but because he's disciplined, because he has control. And that kind of control, commands respect, even from chaos itself. 9. He protects his fire. The boy burns out chasing everything at once. The man focuses on what matters. He knows his energy is sacred, so he guards it. He doesn't argue with fools. He doesn't waste time proving his worth. He lets his silence speak, his work echo, his results roar. That's power. Quiet, calm, unbreakable power. And when all this happens, something beautiful begins. You stop needing to prove who you are, because you become who you are. The boy dies quietly, and in his place, the man finally stands. Not perfect, not fearless, but focused, disciplined, awake. That's rebirth. That's resurrection. That's evolution. So now the choice is yours. Every man watching this, you already know which version is running your life. The boy who hides, or the man who hunts. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you peace. You either earn it or you decay with the rest. This moment right here is your line in the sand. Either you keep waiting for motivation, or you become the one who acts without it. So when you wake up tomorrow, and that weak voice whispers again, stay in bed. It's fine. You've done enough. Remember this. That voice is the boy, and he's dying for control. Don't feed him. Don't listen. Don't stop. Because the more you move forward, the quieter he becomes, until one day, he's gone. And what's left is the man you were always meant to be. Kill the boy. Let the man be born, and never look back.